Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of MotoGP 21 Online. Today's episode we will be covering the topics of what is going on in the lower classes in the world of motorsport, with the 300 classes causing chaos over the last few weeks. I'm just going to try and negotiate turn 1 first, just to make sure. Only a 6-man lobby, so it shouldn't be too hot. Oh no, he's for the break. Oh god. I was not track limit. Okay. The idea is get to the front and then I'll give my... Okay. If I can get to the front, I'll give my thoughts on what needs to be done for Moto3, World Super Sport 300, and a few other bits and pieces too. But these guys... Oh, sorry, get down. Highs. Oh, fair, he left the room there, I'll give him that. They usually don't. Nice and early on the brakes there for that guy. Gonna cut back underneath. I actually got very slow change direction here. Difficult to get the bike over. So it's actually going to be a bit harder to talk about what's going on. At the moment we lag back towards him. So we might put that on hold for a few laps. And just focus on the on-track action for now. Shite. I don't know if it's these guys are half decent or I'm just very slow. I think it's a bit of both. Yeah, I'm absolutely not making up any time on the brakes, and I've just killed him. I've killed myself. I don't think I've killed him. That is unfortunate. Oh, sorry. We broke so early and into the back, but now we're at the back we can actually talk about what I actually want to talk about. So many of you would have seen that last week in Jerez, Dean Berto Vinales unfortunately lost his life in a collision in a Super Sport 300 race, and he's the third rider this year to unfortunately lose his life. A Spanish Championship rider lost his life, a Moto3 rider lost his life, and he's the third one this year alone. Now, this sport is incredibly dangerous, of course. We're never going to make it completely safe. There's always going to be that risk factor, but unfortunately all the incidents of the 3 deaths this year have been pretty much carbon copy. There have been riders in a pack that have crashed for one reason or another and been collected by fellow riders. The circumstances at the moment could be a lot worse. Yesterday in the Moto3 race at Texas, the race was red flagged twice. The first red flag was just a crash from Salic. Kind of a horrible... Oh, I'm in hot here. Whee. A sore and nasty crash for Philip Salic, and he kind of was near the edge of the track. They red flagged for the right reasons. The second race was a 5-lap sprint race for Moto3. Terrible decision, ended in a terrible way. Dennis Andrew, who has been suspended for the next 2 races for his part in this. Now, I don't believe it was malicious or on purpose. They all do it. I think he's just the first one to make the mistake of actually taking someone out by doing it, but they all weave on the straight, and he moved slightly down the straight, hit the front wheel of one of the Crucinis. It would be I can't think of his name. He's been in trouble a lot this year. His name has eluded me. I'm going to put it on screen unless I think of it in the next couple of seconds, but more likely just stick it on screen. But he collided with said rider that I can't think of his name, and Andrea Mino hit the bike at 140 miles an hour, caught air, and so did Pedro Acosta. And now the images, if you haven't seen it, look it up. Unfortunately, no one was badly injured. Mino looked sick after. He just looked like a ghost. He just was not right at all after it. And pretty much that they've all agreed that there must be change now in the class, and that will follow suit in the other classes if they do actually change it. because they're all, for a while they've been saying they need to change it, because this has been going on a while, of the following and qualifying and the close natures of the race, the weaving on the straights, all that. That's nothing new. It's just unfortunate over the last 6 months we've had 3 riders who've been in fatal accidents, and they've all been pretty much similar accidents. Now, what can be done? I believe making the bikes harder to ride and slightly faster, more powerful, not faster, more powerful. A lot of the reasons Moto3 bikes are always a bunch of gears, they can't break away from each other because of the slipstream effect. If you have the rider in front of you, you use his slipstream, you stick with him in the group, and it's very hard. You'll need an exceptional rider on an exceptional day to pull the gap. But yeah, I'll talk more about it in the next race. That was a disappointing race for me, running into the back from, but pretty much I believe the only way is to increase the engine power and make the bike slightly different, which will spread out the field a touch. Not too much, because you still want close racing, you still want all that, but it will spread it out enough that it'll be just a bit safer, so when we have these accidents, people aren't getting in collisions with other riders. So here we are for race 2. The rider's name as well that I couldn't remember was Jeremy Alcoba. He was one of the riders to go down in that incident yesterday in Texas. Thankfully his one wasn't too bad, wasn't as bad as some of the others, but still scary to come off at 140 miles an hour. Mino, like I said, was in a bad way after it, and Pedro Costa looked to be okay. He seemed kind of laughing and joking. I think he was realised it was such a massive accident when he walked away that it wasn't as shaken as some of them were. He seemed pretty content with it, and yeah. Oh, that KTM came back very aggressively. So currently the leader is lagging badly. That's when you see the way he's turning. Oh, it's good. As I was saying, currently the Moto3 bikes are a 250 single cylinder. I believe. Oh, I'm not getting that stopped. I believe they have to increase the power. I understand the money side of the two that comes into the huge amount. That's probably the reason a lot of things don't get changed, is it's not financially. Oh, how's he stayed on there? But it has to go down to safety. Safety has to come first in these aspects. Well, Honda's going to dive me again, I know he is. Oh. But we can't just keep having, as I keep going back to, we can't keep having instances like this where there's 20 riders within 20 seconds of each other all battling for the front. We want close racing, we want good racing and all that, but it has to be somewhat safe, and at the moment, oh, it's not safe, it just isn't. There's too many of these accidents. Jason Pasquier died in Mugello, and a week later a horrible accident happened in Aston where 4 riders came out of the last chicane. Pedro Costa was one of them. He actually got run over, but somehow walked away from it without any injuries. Oh, he took the front. That was a weird crash. That was a very weird one, it just kind of went out of nowhere. But yeah, he basically, again, there was a collision of a couple of riders in very tight, and this wasn't a race, this was in practice, field practice 3 I think it was. And he got run over, and thankfully he walked away from that one, like, but only a week after the exact incident like that happened to young Jason Pasquier, he succumbed to his injuries, I'm afraid, but that could have been 2 riders in 2 weekends. There's a move there on the KTM. Not making that apex. Oh. Up the inside we go. I do believe though that I have. Oh, whoa. I believe that I have faith in Dorna to address the situation and change the class for next year, changing, or maybe not next year, but bring in some sort of, how's he sit on there? Whoa, that was a big crash. Change the regulations, maybe not next year because there's not enough time and stuff, but the year after we need to change the bikes. This is the main issue, the bikes that are too close to each other and they can't, I'm gonna run off here, no I'm not, they can't break a gap in the race like I mentioned already. And yeah, it's just, no, it is great entertaining racing because you see some races like Magellan where the whole field is in a slipstream battle, but like if someone comes off in that you just fear the worst, you really do. Pretty much that is my 2 cents on the situation of Moto3. Let me know in the comments down below what you think yourself, what you think could be done to prevent these sort of accidents. We are very lucky we didn't have another. We could have easily 3, 4, 5 fatalities yesterday with the Texas incident. Oh, stop. And we are counting our lucky stars that no one was seriously injured in that accident, because 140 miles an hour to be thrown into the air and thrown 30-40 yards down the road. Oh, we could have a battle on here for the podium. He's going to corner me this surely. Yes, he does. Right, we're going to go really, really offensive. He's trying to park it, we're going to turn it. And he's managed to hold on. In fairness, he did block me, but what can you do? I was always a bit on the outside there. It was going to be tough, but yeah, roll on race 3. Okay, here we are at Portugal, in Portimao. Let's see, can we actually not bin it this time? We're on pole. I picked Jorge Martin because I want to talk about him. I think he's going massively under the radar as one of the most impressive rookies we've seen in GP since probably Marquez. Anyway, a long lap, that wasn't launch. I'm gonna, I hate this game. That's not, Jesus, like that is not, apparently I didn't jump it. It's so hard in a 3-lap race as well too. Oh, that's tough. I don't even know where the penalty is though, I do actually. It's penultimate corner. Oh, they've all crashed. I might actually win this and get the penalty done. Oh, back her in, Jorge, back her in. But yeah, I believe this guy's been such a good rookie. I know he's on a kind of a Pramac factory bike, but at the same time, it won't be long until I feel he's going to replace Jack Miller in the factory team, probably for 2023, if they can't work something out for him to move over this year. I think Ducati were very quick to jump the gun to sign Miller back, even though I'm a huge Miller fan and I really, really do like the guy. I think there is better talents out there week in, week out that are just phenomenal talents like this young man here. Pecco Bagnaia. You have some other Moto2 riders you could probably see in a couple of years time that will be top GP riders. Okay, we're going to chance it. Let's see. Taking it very slowly. And we're still in the lead. We're actually in the lead by like a week. What the hell? 7 seconds, aren't we? So this is one where it's all going our way. Handful of podiums, handful of poles, that winning the Austria race 1. He has been very impressive. Oh, I'm not getting that stopped. I got a bit of airtime to have that. But I forecast him to see him in the Bologna factory team in the next 2 seasons, I reckon. I reckon Miller's quite lucky to have another year in the factory team. Oh, and not again. Jesus, I can't get this bike stopped. Still pulling away though. Portimao is such a tricky track in this game for me. I've never been ridiculously quick around here. I like it all the same, but it's just such a difficult track. Oh, spinning it over the hill down into Jones' corner. Oh, that's, look again, like I just cannot get this bike around this track in one piece. Thankfully it was such a big gap because I'd be shagged otherwise. I say that though, fake metal is catching me, or fake metal, sorry. Just need to keep it rubber side down and maybe in the white lines for the next lap, and we have it. Riding has been pretty poor in this episode so far. Let's see in the next race if we can actually have a good race and a good ride. But it looks like, failing any mistakes, we should bring this home for victory. 39.5, yeah, not a good lap. Trying to get a 38 here in the last lap. Quick mentions out for Cambodia in Moto3 at his home race, pulling off a stunning. He was leading for 3 seconds into oh no, once again that's that was, yeah, that was, I don't know what that was. That's my 38 kind of window. But he got such a good launch, led into one, then unfortunately ran wide on the exit turn one and got passed by both Red Bull KTMs. Not even KTMs, just Red Bull oil. And then Remy Gardner binning it. There's a big swing in the pendulum to Raul Fernandez now in that championship. He's been the fastest man for the last 6 rounds, I'd say. Remy had such a big Champions lead that he just could kind of rely on coming second, leave and win it. But now he's binned it under no real pressure. He's put massive pressure now on himself for this championship, and I don't know if he has it in him to go and beat Raul Fernandez in a one-on-one fight with only a handful of rounds left. But nonetheless, poor riding aside, this has been the first win of the episode. Just a bit of a wheelie over the line. Probably would have got to 38 if I didn't do a wheelie, but nonetheless, good result in Portimao. So, from one impressive rookie to another, I am riding as P6 Enea Bastianini. Now, he has been one of those riders that was always good. I've always rated him, but now that he's in the GB class, he's like a bit like Fabio. He's taking another step, I believe, on a year-old bike or 2-year-old bike, maybe. I'm not sure how old the bike is, but definitely, I think it's a GP19 he's on. Same as Luca Marini. I'm going to leave all these axe murders take it handy to turn 1, and I'm going to try and jump all of them when the inevitable kaboom happens. There's 1 kaboom, there's 2. Unfortunately, no one took themselves out, so that means I've actually got a real bad start. But yeah, Bastianini's been incredible again this year. Oh, okay. Rip. That guy Tinky just lagged back into me, blew me up, so that was really destroyed my race. But even the Ducati bosses are praising him, saying that he's on a few-year-old bike and he's still managing to put in performances. Getting on the podium in Misano really was an incredible ride. And at one point people thought he could win it. His pace was so good. It'd be interesting to see what he could do on a newer chassis bike. I'm not sure what he has for next year. I would like to see him on the latest and greatest Ducati. See what he can actually do with the full support. Oh, track limits. Oh, I'm riding so poor in this video, I don't know what it is. Has to be one of the poorest I've ridden on any of these episodes so far. Kind of keep it on track. I have 0 excuses there, I'm just riding bad. I know they have such an empty track, I'm just going to push for qualifying laps and see what I can do. Another topic I wanted to cover this was Toprak versus Johnny Rea. So Johnny Rea Portimao has been invincible over the last few seasons. Oh, I've been hot. I've been very hot. How's that a track on this morning? Get out. Johnny Rea was invincible at Portimao over the last few years, and he came out with a double non-scoring race win. That is such a bad result for him. I believe he would have won race 1 if he didn't crash. I don't think he would have won race this Super Bowl. And of course he did win race 3 or race 2, whatever we want to call it. Yeah, I got all that wrong. Bike backed in when I didn't want it. I'm just going to cut across here. It's probably going to be a long lap though. What can you do? No, just track this morning. Love it. I think he's crashed again. So he's super corner cutting. Oh, hard to game respond him. Somehow that's the fastest lap. Oh, maybe because I cut the corner. I'm still going to beat on this lap because I feel bad if I had a fast lap when I was basically cheating. So it's going to be an ultimate push lap. We won't say nothing about that. So far it has been a pretty good lap. We are catching Davide 31.92. Can we make the chicane this time? Yes, we can. Very well done. Look at that guy. Oh, he made me turn in early. That's a long lap. Get out. I'm blaming that on this or the KTM. Oh. It is going to be a new fastest lap. Ooh, there's a Pramac just gone to space. But yeah, another disappointing. We're going to do one more. And yeah, let's see if we can actually have a good ride for once in one of these races. We've had a pretty poor night of it. Let's see what we can do. So for the final race, we are once again Bastianini. We're on pole. The lobby's finally gotten a reasonable size. Let's see what we can do. So you know, can we not jump to start ideally? Make sure just to hold the clutch slightly longer. I get a bad start, but at least I don't get a jump start. Oh. Why are you so aggressive into one? Why? Just a saying, you can't win a race in turn 1, but you can definitely lose one, and they just all lost the chance of winning in there. I went from 1st to 6th. Oh, was it Ducati? Oh, that was close. On a track I'm particularly good at either, let's say. Not one of my favourite tracks. I struggle a lot with this place. So we're up into the top 4. We're looking pretty strong here. Might be able to do N94 into the fast rights. Nice bit of tracking standing from them to stay in front. Yamahas are going side by side. There's going to end in tears for one of them. Oh, Tinky is sent. Oh, we're going to get a is going to end badly for me. Yeah, and I hope he just takes him. He's going to crash himself, I reckon, on the curb. Oh yeah, that was what was going to happen. We got much better drive. Now it's just me and the guy in first. Boo boo. So we're doing pretty well this race. Remember, I've shut up a small bit. We seem to have the pace of this guy in front. Where can we do him? Gonna go for it in here. We're gonna run deep though. We've actually managed to hold on. And overtake done. Oh, that was late. And again, he's... What is that? Donkey doing? What in the name of God? Why he played a game like that? Look, the track he's sending on there from them. So one lap now to catch back up to this N94. Don't know what they were doing there, taking them out. Oh, he's using all the curbs. Track is ending, love it. Ooh, catching. I believe though, even if I try and make a pass on this person, they're going to just try out hard to knock me off. We are catching a nice rate of knots though. Good drive out of there every lap. I reckon they're going to just track ascend. Oh, they're running deep. They're going to track ascend big time. You just know it. They run it wide. Why are you playing this game like this? Not going to get him to line. Slipstream isn't strong enough on this game, I'm afraid. So, beaten by a cheater, what can you do? By far the best riding I did all evening in the session, but yeah, just why bother? Why play online if that's what you're going to do? Like, that's... Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you have enjoyed today's episode of the online racing. Some good racing, some bad racing. And we did cover a lot of topics in this one today, so if you have any opinions, do let me know in the comments. But once again, thank you all for watching. I shall see you in the next one.